Mr. Chambers, in cause number 2137015, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation September 14th of 2022 for the offense of aggravated assault, family violence, second-degree felony, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct? This motion alleges that you violated your probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to report as directed to the probation department February 12th, February 28th, April 8th, and May 8th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? I mean, is that true or not true? I'm sorry. And then count 2 alleges that you failed to work faithfully at suitable employment and provide verification of that. And is that true or not true? Count 3 alleges that you provided a urine sample January 22nd and April 22nd of 2024 that tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol. And is that true or not true? THC, marijuana. Is that true? Count 4 alleges that you failed to provide verification of performing your community service hours. And is that true or not true? Count 5 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the Battering Intervention and Prevention Program. Is that true or not true?
I have a certificate that I completed the program.
Okay. Count 6 alleges that you failed to submit to alcohol or drug screening March 22nd of 2024. And is that true or not true?
No.
So it'd be not true. 2, 6. Count 7 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the moral recognition therapy, the MRT program. Is that true or not true?
I don't know, because she told me to complete the bill class first, and I complete the bill class.
Okay, so I'll put not true for 7.
I never start the other class yet, because that's the class you do at the program.
I'm not sure.
No, I never start the one on the class.
Okay. Count 8 alleges you're behind in your court-assessed fees as of May 21st, 2024 in the amount of $225. And is that true or not true?
True.
Did you enter your pleas of true to counts 1, 3, 4, and 8 freely and voluntarily? And did you plead true to those counts because they're actually true?
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
And do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And you understand if I follow the agreement you made with the district attorney, you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal.
Yes.
And the agreement that you've reached is for a cap of 5 years. So I can give you 5 years if I revoke your probation. I can give you less. It'll all depend on the information I receive at a sentencing hearing. Do you understand?
Yes.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Chambers is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1, 3, 4, and 8 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do an updated report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back for sentencing. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. All right, are you Reagan Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Howard, you're in cause number 22-39924 on probation for deadly conduct, discharging a firearm, given a 6-year deferred probation, June 10th of 2024. Motion to revoke was filed. Entered pleas of true to counts, looks like 1 through 9, and then 11, 12, and 13. I've received an updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Defense has, Your Honor.
Any additions or corrections?
I just started that.
Not from the state.
Hold on a second. So all of those were, there's no new offenses. What was count 10? Hold on a second.
Failed to provide verification of any successful completing your management.
Okay. So it looks like probation's recommendation,
I don't know if they actually made a recommendation, Your Honor.
yeah, they kind of didn't.
Reagan Howard isn't just any defendant, she's on probation for firing a gun. That's a deferred felony probation, which basically means the court gave her a second chance. But now, she's accused of breaking almost every condition in the book: THC, alcohol, refusing treatment. This isn't just probation trouble. This is the kind of behavior that could land her straight in prison for up to 10 years. So the big question, is the judge going to
Mr.
save her
Kimler, go
or
ahead.
slam the gavel down hard?
Your Honor, Ms. Howard has struggled on probation, and I say that really, it is a kind of a polite way of saying she really hasn't done a whole lot while she's been on probation, except test positive for THC and alcohol. In talking with her and trying to understand why she didn't make more of an effort on probation, I think that she, again, and I'm perhaps sound like a broken record in these cases, but I do think she suffers from some underlying mental health issues that have to do with depression. The court would note in the report that she did have a stillbirth, and I think that that's affected her. Of course, that's not an excuse, but, and then of course she refused the help with ISF and substance abuse. And again, I'm not an expert, but I think part of her problems with the THC and alcohol stem from self-medication, and I do think she would benefit from ISF, substance abuse, and she, I believe, wants to do that now, but really she needs treatment for depression and get her serotonin levels back. I mean, again, I'm not an expert, but to get her serotonin levels balanced out, and perhaps she would perform better. I think she's had an opportunity since she's been in jail, I believe about around 120 days, to reflect and introspect and gain some insight into her position here. And she's told me during our discussions that she does want to keep a felony off of her record. She does have plans for the future that a felony would compromise. And she really wants to do the probation and is willing to do the ISF. Now I know I've looked at these incident reports from the jail, and it seems that this is kind of a recurrence with people that are detained pending resolution of these interim fees for these reports to be generated. And I'm not questioning the veracity of the reports. I would just note that it appears to me from looking at the reports that they all derive from her interactions with one corrections officer.
Not all, but most.
Well, most of it, but then again, I'll leave it to Ms. Howard to kind of explain that to you, maybe what's going on there at the jail with these reports. She has a support system available. These women in the back are all here at each well. So she has that going for her too. I think that she can do the probation, Your Honor. It's a question of whether she's sufficiently motivated. And again,
Well, why didn't you go to ISF? Why did you?
I'll let her.
You were given an
opportunity.
opportunity. So you were given an opportunity to go to ISF, and you said, "I don't want to do that," right?
I was kind of scared and didn't know like what the courts was gonna tell me, and
Well, I mean, ISF would be better than prison.
yes, ma'am, I know that, but I was just scared I wanted to just buy me some time and actually do my probation, because I know I admit to all my wrongdoings. I wasn't ready to go to prison or ISF.
But you know it's going to be one or the other.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to not do all this and me go, okay, well, let's go right.
Reagan openly admits she was scared to enter the ISF program, but legally, that program is designed to help people avoid prison through treatment and structure. By refusing it, she basically rejected her safety net. The judge points this out clearly. It's either probation with rules or prison. No middle ground. And here's something for you. If you were in her shoes, would you risk prison just to avoid a treatment program? Drop your answer in the comments.
Back out on probation.
Yes.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what's going on with you and Miss Bobo.
I'm not gonna say she picks, but it's a lot of picking going on with that officer.
Do you think if you, from day one, were just following the rules,
Yes, ma'am.
that you probably wouldn't have that issue?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So, from what I can tell, from the time you got in there, You didn't follow the rules right.
Yes, ma'am.
She got frustrated, and then it's all right.
Well, I don't want her to interrupt, Judge.
It's okay. She got frustrated probably pretty quick because her job is just to try to make you guys follow the rules. When you're not, then they're gonna pick because you're still not following the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean? So if you did that from the beginning, she wouldn't have been watching you more closely. She wouldn't have been worried maybe so much. But if you continue to break the rules, it's her job to enforce those rules. That's not picking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's enforcing the rules. She's just there to do her job. And I know there's a lot of females in there that don't have a stack of write-ups like this.
Yes, ma'am.
They don't call officers bitches,
Yes, ma'am.
you know? We're looking at 2 weeks ago. Bitch, you've been waiting all day to just write me up. That's after all these pages of the other incident reports. She probably is waiting to write you up because she knows you're not going to follow the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Mr. Smith?
Judge, it's seems like deja vu all over again. She has an issue with apparently cocaine, THC, and alcohol. She was offered a chance to take care of that, and she basically said, no, I'm not going. I don't want to go. I don't need help.
Do you
Now,
think you
when
need
she
help?
With my depression, I don't think I have a drug problem.
You don't? So you're on felony probation and you're using drugs, knowing it could send you to prison,
Yes,
and you don't think that's a problem?
it's a problem.
Okay.
Yes.
She was using THC up until the day before she was arrested. I think she's saying that now just so that she doesn't wind up going to prison. I don't think it's gonna be effective in that.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. So I don't disagree with Mr. Smith. Ms. Howard, you're on probation for something very serious, but you don't have a lot of criminal history.
The prosecution is calling Reagan out, saying she doesn't see her drug use as a problem, even though it directly violates probation and risks her freedom. And the judge, he's almost pleading with her, reminding her that most people don't have the family support she has. This is where the courtroom drama gets real. Will she finally step up, or is she just saying what the court wants to hear to dodge prison? The stakes couldn't be higher right here.
I mean, you're one of the ones that should be able to complete this.
Yes, ma'am. And
You
I
know.
can.
I don't doubt that. I mean, you've got people here. Not everybody has people sitting here in the courtroom when they come to court.
Yes, ma'am.
Some people really are on their own, but you're not using that help through probation, through your family. And if you don't, you are going to end up in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
So here's what I'm going to do. And I don't want you to misunderstand anything I'm about to say, because this is your chance. And there's going to be a very important caveat to all of this. And that's going to include not getting in trouble. Talking about that in a minute. We're going to find that you entered your pleas of true to count 1 through 9 and 11 through 13 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true.
Yes, ma'am.
Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to continue you on probation. I am going to order that you enter and successfully complete the ISF, the substance abuse track of the ISF program. When you get out of that, the aftercare will be the JCDI program, and you're going to be on zero tolerance. You will be required to wear a drug patch. If that drug patch comes positive, you're right back in here and you're looking at go to prison for up to 10 years. Just that simple. Now, here's probably what's going to be the hard part. If you get another write-up, it is going to be a condition of your probation that you not get another write-up.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to be in our jail for a couple of weeks before they send you to ISF. You better figure out how to stay off Miss Bobo's list.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever it takes. You do every single thing you're supposed to. Just be quiet. Just be quiet for 2 weeks. Follow every single rule.
The judge gives Reagan one last lifeline. Instead of revoking her probation outright, he orders her into ISF substance abuse treatment, slaps on zero tolerance rules, and even adds a drug patch to monitor her 24/7. Basically, this is probation on steroids. One slip and she's facing up to 10 years behind bars. What's fascinating here is the balancing act, accountability versus rehabilitation. Do you think the judge made the right call? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
To a T, because you may not ever get out of our jail. I will check, and if I get a report, you will be back in here before you ever get to ISF. If you get to ISF and there's somebody that you think's picking on you and you get incident reports there, same thing. So it's time to figure out that at least while you're in custody, you got to do what everybody else says. When you're out of custody and you're not on a felony probation, then you get to follow your rules. Until then, you're on all of these rules. And it's not always you eat when they tell you to eat. You go to bed when they tell you to go to bed. You wear your jumpsuit the way they tell you to wear your jumpsuit. You don't talk when they tell you not to talk. You don't sit on a bunk when you're supposed to stand. All those things. It's like being treated like a kid, but that's what happens when you are on a felony probation. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I hope you take advantage of this and make the turnaround that you're talking about. Because again, when you come back, I'm gonna see all of this and I'm probably gonna wonder what I was thinking, and Mr. Smith here is going to remind me that he argued against this and he had every right to today. Does that make sense too?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to hand you the trial court certification. This was not an agreement. You can talk to Mr. Kimler about your rights. All right, you can get, oh, yeah, sorry, if you'll put that on top. If you'll sign that real quick,
Yeah,
saying you got a copy
I don't
of
know
it.
if there's any, put this in probation, but maybe a referral to spinal tap when she gets.
I would, they can do, if you'll put on there for a mental health evaluation and any recommendations for treatment. Yep. Thank you all for being here.
Okay, you can go back.
Thank you. Good luck to you.